You have 10 volunteers for a play that has 2 characters in it. How many ways can you cast this play? The first thing that you need to decide is whether you have multiple items or multiple groups that you're choosing from, or a single group that you're choosing from. In this particular case, we are choosing from one group. So we're choosing from the group of volunteers. So when you have a single group of items and you're picking multiple items out of that group, then you either have a combination or a permutation. We need to decide which of the two that is. When it comes to deciding, permutations, order matters. So in how many ways can you cast this play? If you think about how a play would work, you have maybe the lead role and an additional role off that isn't part of the play quite as often. Then you have some other sub roles. We have different roles in the play. So each person, when they get cast, is assigned a role. Okay, so order is going to be important, which means this is a permutation. So it's a permutation, and for a permutation, we need the total number of objects and how many we're taking at a time. So the total number of objects in this case will be 10, and we're taking 2 at a time. So we have 2 characters in it. Perhaps it's Romeo and Juliet. So we have 10 people. Somebody's got to be Romeo. Somebody's got to be Juliet. So permutation. And I'll do this on the calculator. We put 10 in the calculator first, then hit the math button, slide over to the PRB menu, and the second item down is NPR. So that's the number of permutations of n objects taken r at a time. We're taking 2 at a time, so we get 90 as our answer. Now, there's more than a couple of ways generally to solve these problems. Another way to think about this is if you have 2 characters to pick, you have the leading role and the backup. Well, when you choose one person, the first person, you have 10 volunteers to pick the first person from. Once that person is assigned the lead role, then you go to the backup role. Well, you're not going to have the lead person playing both, so that one person is out of the group, leaving 9 possibilities. So 10 times 9 is 90. Either way works just fine.